David, I always finish with a couple questions. I'm going to ask you. If you could pick up a phone and call up the 20-year-old David Broome, I guess you're at Hofstra on Long Island at this point, with the picture of LA on your wall with a big circle of where you're going to move to in a couple of years.
Yeah.
If you could give that young man some advice based on everything you know now, what would you tell him? And would he listen?
Oh, wow. What would I tell that 20-year-old? Learn how to eat better in the early days. I would tell that and see, I don't want to get emotional.
You can get emotional.
Yeah.
On the real.
Yeah. You know, I had a hard time finding balance in my life as a young father. You know, it was very hard for me. My girls mean everything to me in the world. And my wife was an alcoholic, and I was in a very tough marriage. And my wife passed away. I was married for 20 years. We split before then. And I tried to do it all, and it was really hard. And you know, I wanted to give my girls the best upbringing I possibly can. I wanted to build my company as a producer. And you know, I was having a really tough time with the balancing of it all. And in some ways I felt like I wasn't the greatest father, and then sometimes I felt I wasn't the greatest producer, and other times I felt like, and I didn't know, you know, I didn't know how to do it. And I think if I had that opportunity to go back and just talk to myself, then I think it would be just to try and find a better way of balancing life in general. And I don't have any regrets. I do not live in regrets, and I feel like I've done the best job I possibly can under my circumstances. That doesn't mean that I couldn't make improvements. So I kind of felt like I would have given myself a little bit of advice on finding balance in life.
Could you have advised him to do anything different?
Probably so, you know, like it was a really interesting struggle, because I knew that I had to go out and entertain as a producer at night and do kind of meetings. But I knew that my girls were home with my wife, who was probably drunk. And, you know, it was really torn. Really torn.
Because if you don't go out, then they don't get to eat. And you've worked at El Torito before, and you know how that movie ends. And if you do go out, you don't know what's happening at home.
It's like, if I'm home, I can't grow the business. I can't provide them the life that I need to provide. If I'm out, then what's going on at home? Am I being the father that I need to be for them? And I don't know if I have the answer to it today. Like I'm very close with my daughters, very, very close. And we talk about it a lot. You know, like, was I an absentee father? No. Could I have been there more? Yes. Was I, you know, able to, you know, if I would have abandoned them in the house, I probably would have been much further along as a TV and film producer. I'd be like, okay, well, what the fuck is that? But you know, it was just tough. It was a really hard situation. And I know, and you talked about your addiction in the past. Being married to an addict is like being in quicksand. And as a control freak, I thought I could fix that situation. And then I realized I couldn't, because she didn't want to fix it herself. And so it was very, very, very difficult. So I think the older me could have gone back probably to a 20-year-old and said, listen, you're not going to be able to change things that are out of your control, and you're going to just try and have to find the best balance in your life. It's always tough. I don't have that now. I'm so much more not sure of, because I was always sure of where I wanted to go, but much more mature. And I have different responsibilities. I don't have young children. And I don't have young children where I feel like I've got to, where I would be sacrificing time with them. You know, they're successful, and I guess, you know, maybe that's where I feel proud, because both of my girls are massively successful in their own right. So I feel like I've done something right, because I could have easily have gone the other way. But, you know, it was very tough. It was a tough 20-year challenge. It was not like, you know, I was that stereotypical where you go, well, do I get out of my marriage now and leave my children in the house? Well, how can I do that with a wife who had, you know, was an addict? And then again, should I be in this house where this marriage is tough? And I was, even after I left my wife, by the way, I took care of her until she died of cancer. So she didn't even die of alcoholism, but probably brought on, she had pancreatic cancer. But I remained very close with her and took care of her till the day that she died. I loved her, I just wasn't in love with her, and I lost all respect for her. So that's hard to come back. So, you know, I would have prepared the 20-year-old myself for that a little bit differently, I think.
If that's even possible.
If possible.
So it's so hard.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with such a strange situation, because, you know, knowing that you don't know what's going to happen with her at any moment is, you know, traumatic. And then you're constantly in this unknown moment. You don't know what she's going to do, and you can't control it. You can behave however you want to behave, but you don't know when that's going to happen.
No, I thought I could. I thought, you know, again, the immature version of myself, I thought I'm like, I could do anything. I'm a control freak. I'm passionate. I'm a driven person. I've achieved goals. Yeah, I'm going to get my wife, you know, I'm going to get her to stop drinking. But I couldn't at all. And she was one of those classic alcoholics where if she was in a room with you right now, you'd say, like, that's my best friend in the world. Like, she was a great girl. You're the life of the party. You wouldn't even know she was an alcoholic until you saw her passed out on the floor at a party or something like that. But yeah, it was a very difficult and unsure time. And, you know, it's hard to be in a situation like that and not have, I guess, you know, fall short in lots of different areas. I could have been a better mom. I could have been a better dad at that point. I could have been a better business leader. I could have been maybe I could have been even a better husband. I don't know.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's gonna be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities.
Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm gonna tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline.
I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you gonna do? What's the choice that you're going to make?